the accessible scam of the O.C.G, and I'm here playing The Last Faith. Closing in on 100% and the platinum.
Such a treasure you have in your possession, the eyes of one who saw all, yet whose soul could not fathom all that it witnessed. He was of stronger mind and heart than you. No one is ready for what is beyond the sight of the naked human eye.
I love you, Echo. You're a good cat.
We must be vigilant.
Okay. Keep saying it like that and I'm gonna get worried about you. But it's good to see, man. I said bitch, I was just fucking with you. Oh, okay, I'm closing in on getting the platinum for this. I'm pretty close, actually. I should probably get it in the next few hours. Just doing some late game farming, trying to maximize my damage potential. Bracing myself for Tomb Raider 4 through 6. I'm really looking forward to that. I should have the money to get it. Like 2 days before it launches. Enough.
We must be...
Plus, I worked out a deal with my mom and dad. They would always tell me, trying to figure out the way to put it. They would always tell me, oh, we're giving you all this money to go to the store. But then they wouldn't send me, you know, get them cigarettes or whatever. And it would just cause a lot of anxiety for me that was unnecessary because I would plan out how much money they're going to give me. And then I wouldn't have enough because they wouldn't send me a bunch of days, you know what I mean? So I made a deal with my mom and dad that I'm going to walk the dog and get the mail every day. I already was, but every day to guarantee. So on the days they don't send me to the store, they're still paying me what they would send me to the store. They're not paying me anymore. It's just a guarantee. You know what I'm saying? Which takes a lot of anxiety off my mind. And I'm really looking forward to the Tomb Raider collection. One, because Tomb Raider 4 is probably one of the best of the classic games. I'm excited to play that all the way through. It was a major revolution at the time. They made a brand new engine, like for the first two Tomb Raiders, they're using the same engine. They made a brand new engine that had lore be twice as detailed, had the environments be much bigger, and Tomb Raider 4 is kind of interesting because they actually made the shift to wide linear. The levels in Tomb Raider 4 are much bigger. But not only are the levels much bigger, but they flow into each other. So, like, you'll go into a hub, and there'll be 4 levels that you can do in any order, and you can backtrack through levels to get stuff. I mean, it's not like open world or anything, but it's considerably more open. You know, and it's the only Tomb Raider game that really did that. And at the time that they were making the last revelation, they had actually planned to kill Laura because the team was so burnt out on working on her constantly, because this is one of the first Gile franchises, that they actually were going to kill her. And, yes. They were actually going to kill Laura. And they actually snuck in her dying before anybody could stop it, and caused a massive scandal in the company. Because at the time, she was their most profitable IP. And so they, going into the last revelation, thought this is going to be our last Tomb Raider, at least for the foreseeable future. So they really tried to make it fucking amazing. And most people will agree that it's probably the best out of the original classic run. Although that remains to be seen now that they fixed Eternal Darkness, or not Eternal Darkness, Angel of Darkness. I think that's going to change a lot. Because everyone has always agreed that Angel of Darkness had a lot of really cool shit in it and was really unique in the series, but it just was criminally broken and had a lot of cut content and buggy as fuck. So if they fix that, it might need to be I'm right there. It needs to be reevaluated. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people who really love Angel of Darkness. My dad, for example, he really liked it because it really tried to be a brand new era for Tomb Raider and all this, and it was really ambitious for the time. And, you know, basically, the movie fucked it. They demanded that they launch it alongside the movie to maximize profits. It wasn't ready, so they had to cut a lot of content that wasn't ready, and then a lot of stuff was buggy. So it's like it was literally an example of a good game being fucked because they had to get it out the door. Despite, like, everybody's protest of the company saying... Okay. What was the last thing you heard me say? Yeah, I'm right there. I'll just... anyway, what I was trying to say is Angel of Darkness might actually need to be reevaluated, and it probably will be soon. Because it has a staunch fan base that loves it, because it did a lot of really cool shit. Even in the series, it's unique. There's never been a Tomb Raider before it or after it. They really were trying to do something special and innovative. It was just a case of the second Tomb Raider movie, Cradle of Darkness, or Cradle of Life, I'm sorry, Cradle of Life, came out, and they were like, well, we want to maximize revenue, so we want you to launch the game right next to the movie. And so they had to chop off like 6 months of development time, which led into a lot of content being cut, because they couldn't, debug it, and then a lot of the actual game just being buggy. So, like, a lot of people really, really love a lot of stuff about Angel of Darkness, and they'll passionately defend it. My dad, for example, he really loves it. And he even said, yeah, it's janky, but I really like what it was trying to do. But it was always unfinished, and everybody's like, oh man, what if they finished it? And that's kind of what this is. It turns out that most of the cut content, if not all of it, was still on the disc. It was extracted, but it was there, it was created. It just needed to be debugged. And then the rest of the game needed a fine pass to fix bugs. And that's why this is actually Aspire, however you want to say it, their most ambitious remaster yet. Because, obviously it's getting a huge overhaul graphically, like all their other games, and they usually do a really good job with that, with Soul Reaver and the last Tomb Raider of updating it. Well, yeah, exactly. Probably, Now that you mentioned it, yeah, probably. But anyway, what I was trying to say, yeah, it's gonna get... Angel of Darkness is gonna get a huge graphical overhaul. All the Aspire games did, and I think they did a great job of staying true to the atmosphere. Some remasters or remakes or whatever can really ruin the vibe of the original. Aspire did a great job of maintaining it. That's why, like, people are like, oh, they ruined the atmosphere for Soul Reaver in the remaster. No, they fucking didn't. They did a great job of making it a little more detailed, but keeping the aesthetic. So, and it's going to get quality of life features. Obviously, it's going to get a modernized control scheme like the rest of the games. Because Angel of Darkness is still kind of clunky, still slightly tank-based. Not as bad as the other ones, but definitely dated. And, of course, that'll be optional. But none of their games have ever restored a massive amount of cut content. Even with Soul Reaver, they restored the day and night cycle. That wasn't a huge thing. It was cool. And they added the lost levels, but they added them as they were. More like a historical archive. This is actually finishing the levels and putting them back in the game. And debugging them. So this is the most ambitious project that Aspire has ever done. and I'm excited for that reason, because I think Aspire's done a lot of really great remasters. Not really. Okay, for one, the modder who did this, and it was really one guy, joined the team and incorporated his work. But he spent this whole time enhancing his work, taking it as a base. So, they did a lot of unique work for this. It wasn't just, using the mod. Like, they took the mod the guy had already done, got his permission to incorporate it into the game, and then gave him a job to improve it further. That's what I'm saying, though. Not really. Like, yeah, but he spent the last, 2 years working on this collection, improving his work. So, even if you say, he did the most of the work, Aspire paid him for 2 years to professionally do it full time. So, they still were footing the bill for that. So, they still, in my opinion, deserve the credit. Especially because he's a part of the team now. Like, he's working with Aspire. Let me see. Yeah, I think there's... Jesus Christ. Why do you have, the fucking worst internet known to mankind, man? Fucking 2 kids with an antenna have better internet in Africa. Hey, Steph, it's good to see you, man. Is there... Yeah. In DMC3... And if so, which fight? You fight Virgil a couple times in DMC 3.
We must. Okay, so you're not that far in the game then.
I think it's like mission 5. I'm honestly surprised you're not fucking no lifing fucking KCD in preparation for 2. Yeah, I find that you can only take so much Kingdom Come before you need a break. Your asshole can only take so much Deliverance. I'm sorry, man. You know I love you. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know you had a laptop, Max. Well, that's great, man. Okay. You settle into your new digs, man? Everything going fine at the new place? Why would he use it to pirate sex with Hitler? He has the premium edition of every version, and he's even a fucking Kickstarter backer for Sex with Hitler 3, the all-anal final chapter. Pirate it. He helped fund that shit. You kid lover painter. Uh, you know the fucked up thing is he actually wasn't a half bad painter. I've seen some of his paintings; they're pretty decent. So it's like, why didn't you just stick to that, man? Fucking Holocaust happened because he couldn't take some criticism on his paintings. God damn. You just see Hitler sitting there and he's like, I made this wonderful painting. Would you like to see it, my most cherished friend, Goldstein? And he's like, oh yeah, it's great, I have some feedback. You motherfucker! Hitler just dies. He goes to heaven because he accepted Jesus into his heart. He sees his Jewish friend up in heaven. He's like, why would you do that? Well, I'm sorry, things may have escalated. Even worse. Even worse. It turns out that Hitler's just did what he did because he got honeyed. He fell real hard for this Jewish chick that fucked him over. It's like, I'll show them. I'll show all of them. I mean, Steph has definitely thought about committing Greekan genocide over honey, so he can relate. Night mine! I use the pull-on method, honey. It works every time. Oh, man. Just what he doing. Just what he was honestly doing. Let's see. Fuck me. I'm right there. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I'm just waiting for Steph to get a little bit older, so he'll see in hindsight that Honey doing what the fuck ever and dumping him was like the best thing that could have ever happened to him. It's gonna go from like, oh my god, that was so terrible, to holy shit, I'm so glad that happened. Well, I haven't heard Steph say anything for a while, so I think you scared him off, Max. Great job. Now Steph's more scared off than Honey Steph's. One of these days, he's absolutely gonna beat your ass. You get that? Like, it's coming. Okay, this will be enough for right now.
We must.
Now we're starting to get somewhere. I'm trying to find a place to farm the fucking essences. Because they give you a lot more XP. I'm so close to having the perfect build. Also, it seems like this game is going to get a massive update. To the point, like, this game came out near the end of 2023, and it got, like, a little update, and it was kickstarted, and they haven't made good on all the Kickstarter promises. I'm like, are they not going to do that thing? Because there's supposed to be a new game plus. The people who backed it could help design a boss and all that stuff. No, they are. It just turns out they've been working. They're going to incorporate that. They're going to do a massive update that's going to include the Kickstarter design shit. And then they're going to do a massive, massive fucking DLC. Like they said, it's 80% the size of the base game. It's almost like another game. It's fucking insane. Not really. That's the DLC stuff is separate. That's coming on top of the stuff they're doing for free. And they're a small team, and the people had to help them design it. So it just took a lot of time. They were realistic about it. So when you take the deals, when you take the Kickstarter funded stuff that's coming to the game for free for everybody, and then you add it with the fucking DLC they're working on, it's almost basically like a new game. It's actually kind of insane. Ah, fuck, I'm right there. So that's why it's taken them so long to come out, because they're trying to make a few absolutely fucking enormous updates. Yeah, well, I mean, this DLC is basically a sequel. And I think the goal was for the New Game Plus to actually have a lot of new stuff, to not just be the same shit. And one of the Kickstarter backers was a new playable character. They would help they would help design a new playable character, and they would have an entirely new moveset. It wouldn't just be a palette swap. So I think they're trying to figure out how to incorporate that character's abilities is also taking a while. Plus, like I said, it's a very small team that made this game, like 7 people. So, you know, them trying to make such a massive DLC and update the game to fan feedback, so that's part of the reason why it's taken so long. And yeah, if it was just a simple New Game Plus, I'm right there. If it was just a simple New Game Plus, then yeah, it'd be really easy to implement. But I think they will actually want to rebalance the enemies, add new position, add new areas. Kind of what Blasphemous did. So. Which honestly, if they do it right, I'm down. I find that much more interesting anyway. Not as much as you may think. Even for an indie team, 7 people is an insanely tiny crew. Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit more grinding and then move on to the end game. Yeah, no shit, dude. But there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done in a game like this. This is a huge game. Blasphemous, for example, and Blasphemous 2 took like 3 or 4 years to come out. Okay, and they had like 40 people. So this is a game of the similar scope, with a quarter of the team. Let's see. Okay. Plus, you have to realize that at this point, the game has been out just over a year. It came out like December of 2023, so it's been out for like 14 months. So with them doing this massive DLC, designing the characters and stuff with the backers, so they have to work with them to incorporate it into the game, adding fan feedbacks, updating all at the same time, it makes sense that some of the stuff is taking longer. Like I said, it's when you think about it like that, that's basically 13 months, it's not really that unreasonable. Plus, they've been working, like I said, they've been working on this huge DLC, the updates for the game, working to get the Kickstarter in, like... Honestly, you know, it's like basically they made a whole new fucking game. Which they did that in a fucking, like, 13 months? Fuck me. There must have been no life in that shit. I mean, they did complete the base game, dude. I would say New Game Plus is not the base game. Like, that is kind of like an extraneous after thing. Like, the base game was finished. Start to finish. New Game Plus, I think, falls into the purview of extras. If a game comes out and the game is completely awesome and, you know, not buggy and all that, but it doesn't have New Game Plus, are you going to say the game's unfinished? Let me see. 38, so I need 12 more levels. Okay. Yeah, I should be able to grind this out. And honestly, I'm happy overall. I mean, you can debate, debate it endlessly. But if we had to choose between getting a new game plus or getting a fucking massive overhaul and update that adds, like, dramatically increases the size of the game, I'm gonna choose the one that increases the size of the game. And I think the fan base agrees. And they're also working on massive tweaks and overhauls to the game because this game is great. And for a first game from people that have not had any game experience, it's fantastic. But there are definitely rough edges. And so they've really been listening to the community and implementing stuff that people have asked for. And they plan on implementing a lot of features like that. And so, that's pretty much what Blasphemous did. The first Blasphemous was great. People loved it. But it was kind of rough around the edges because, once again, they had never made a game like that. But they kept patching Blasphemous. They patched the fuck out of it and kept adding and changing stuff according to fan feedback. And they took Blasphemous from a good game to a great game. And then they used that as the foundation to make Blasphemous 2 amazing. And a springboard. So if they had just stopped at release, Blasphemous wouldn't be as finally remembered as it is. So close to having the fucking maxed out perfect build. There's 8 more levels.
We must.
1 second. I'll be right back if these bad. There's got to be a way to form the hungry essence of what's going on. Okay, there's a way to farm it. I'm gonna have to look at the video. Because that like doubles or triples the XP, so just getting some of that honestly would make this so much easier.
So leaving high school, I went directly into the workforce, and over the years have really...
Okay, let's see. Okay. Sweet. Well, first I'm going to try out my weapon now that I've upgraded my stats. Fuck, I'm doing a lot of damage now. And this is a fantastic game that I really enjoy. And I'm glad that I got it. I don't regret it for a second. I do regret the fact that it went on sale for like $10 off, like 2 days after I bought it. Which, obviously, I couldn't have anticipated that, but fuck. It was like $27. And it's like $27 new, which is great. I think for the amount of content this gives you, you're going to get like 30 hours-ish out of this. With replayability, it's worth that. But, you know, then it went on sale for like $17. 2 days after I bought it, I'm like, fuck! Yeah, well, it just depends. At the time, I really wanted it. So I bought it. It wasn't on sale, so I bought it full price, but I don't regret that. But it's like, whenever you buy a game and then it goes on sale, it's like, fuck! Microsoft actually usually has a policy where if you buy a game and then it goes on sale, they'll usually refund you the game. Or refund you the difference if it's like right after. Microsoft's the only one that does that. It's pretty cool. I wish more companies did that. You have to reach out to them, but yeah, they will. It's good to see you, Philippe. Okay, dude. Yeah, I can just die and farm those. Those guys have the best chance of dropping it. Alright, man. It's been good having you. I'll see you later. Okay, I have one thing I can do to speed this shit up.
visible sign. I've seen many say.
That boots the fuck out of my item discovery. And then I can switch it back. Finally, fuck. That's 2. I'll call it a day when I get 5. Three. Then everything. Just like 4, just one more. Boom. Okay. enemies give a doom as a deal and doom. I got enemies give me doom as a doom. Got enemies give me doom as a doom. Good answer. So close. Just a few more grinds and I'll be able to max up my shit, have the perfect build, and finish this, get the plat. Yeah, I'm right there, I don't give a fuck. This is how you do this, this is how you do this, this is how you do this. Look, and that's how you think it's funny. Alright, let's do it. So let's look at my ass, how you do my dear friend. shit within the suicide avenues also. Alright, one more run. It should be good. More than good. shit, covering shit's doing something just like this money. Gotta never lose a gimme, but do them some the deals, they didn't do them. Gotta never lose a gimme, but doing my sons of deals, and do them. I'll be right back.